Colorado, and I am the owner and operator of Healthy Smiles Shine Dental Hygiene. I got my bachelor's degree in dental hygiene at the University of South Dakota. I graduated in 1996, and I practiced for about 14 years, and we in the general office, and then I started thinking about opening my own practice. That kind of took a few years to develop, and then about 3 years ago, I decided to open an independent dental hygiene practice.
And then, so Liz, what do you do in your job currently in your practice that you started?
So in my practice, it functions out of a brick and mortar office here in Parker, and I also do mobile work. So like tomorrow, I'm headed to Westminster to a retirement community where I go once a month, and I see patients there. So basically, I do everything that I would do in a general practice office. I can take x-rays, I do periodontal maintenance, periodontal therapy, cleanings, I do sealants, I can do teeth whitening. All of those things are things I do in my practice. In addition to that, I do all the administrative work as well. So I have to make appointments, collect payments, find out about insurance, bill insurance, make sure I have all the supplies I need, just in general be ready for my day, and that's how it works.
Perfect. Okay, so why was it that you decided to take this kind of, I guess, alternative dental hygiene route of starting your own practice?
That's a great question. I think there's several things that pointed to the answer. For years when I was practicing in a general office, I would hear people say that they wish they had maybe a different schedule that they could come in, or pricing was different. There was just some reasons why people weren't real regular with their schedule, and I started to realize that there was a niche for that. I could offer Saturday hours or after work hours. I could offer different price points that would make it more attractive for people to come in and not so scary, because everyone knows that dentistry is expensive. So having a no drill zone also is appealing to people. I have quite a few people in my practice that have not been to a dentist for a long time. In the past 2 weeks, I think I've had about 5 people that it's been over 10 years since they've been to a dentist. So there is a niche for it, and I started to see that niche, and also realizing that I really love what I do, and to be able to practice how I want to practice, this was a way to be able to do that for a long time.
Okay, so now that you've how long have you been doing this for?
It'll be 3 years in January.
Oh, wow. Okay. So since doing it, what education is required for you to do this? And then what kind of experience or preparation did you have or wish that you had before getting into this?
Yeah, those are great questions. I have a bachelor's degree. I don't know that that's necessary, but I do feel like clinical experience has been very beneficial. This is my 20th year of doing dental hygiene, and I don't think in the first 5 years of practicing dental hygiene I would have felt comfortable doing what I'm doing now, but I think that seeing everything I've seen over the years, I'm pretty confident about who needs to be referred where and when things are beyond the scope of what I can do. I think in terms of the business side, I'm very limited with that. So taking some business classes or just basics with the business would be helpful. Also, knowing and understanding the insurance, I've had to learn a lot about that. So those two things, any classes you can take or just shadowing someone in an office who has a lot of experience could streamline those processes for you, because at the beginning I was very slow. I've gotten faster, but it takes a lot of time. The administrative piece takes a lot of time, and since I'm not super business-minded, that's the challenge for me. I still love cleaning teeth and interacting with the patients, but that's really only about half of what I do. So the other half I try to make fun, but it's not as fun as working with patients.
So have you actually, have you ever utilized anybody else to kind of help you with some of these things, or have you just kind of turned to like the internet and books and stuff to figure it out, or
no,
have you had like a mentor
yes,
through that?
Yeah, other independent hygienists, we do get together, maybe quarterly, run ideas past. If I have a situation, I can email or call. They've been wonderful to work with, as well as if they have any administrative people in their office. And other general offices that I work with, sometimes I'll call on them, and almost always people are very willing to help and to give advice, step in. There's quirky things about certain insurances, just stuff that you learn over time, and so those little things help a lot, and I found that most people are really willing to share, as I am too. If anyone comes to me for help, I'm totally happy to lend a hand or give advice, whatever I can do, because, you know, life is already hard enough, so whenever we can get extra help, it's huge. So, no, it's been definitely a learning experience, but really good. And even since I've opened my practice in the last 3 years, hygienists have been even more welcomed. Certain insurance companies have actually sought us out, like Cigna came to us and wanted us to be in network. Medicaid jumped on board, so we can be Medicaid providers. Many more insurances are starting to work with us, so it's becoming more accepted and more desired, I guess you could say, which makes it easier. I definitely appreciate all the hygienists who've gone before me to kind of set all this up, who didn't have many of these things in place.
Yeah.
You know, so we're gaining power in numbers in a good way, you know, so that's good.
That's great. Just kind of, if there's anything else in conclusion you want to say, what advice would you give to someone wanting to get into a similar position?
I would say the best advice is really just to know what you want to do, because you can do, I mean, I do mobile and I do brick and mortar, but to have it narrowed down of who you want your patients to be, because it's really, I mean, 90% of our population has teeth, so really anybody could be your patient. But if you have a niche of people that you enjoy, that you like, to make that your passion, because I think really what shows through in any profession, not just dental hygiene, is when you love your job. And those are people that you want to work with. Sorry. Those are also people that people want to come see you, because they know you're going to work hard for them, and that you enjoy your job and you're going to make it enjoyable for them. So my goal is always to take the fear out of and put the fun into getting your teeth cleaned. Because I think that not everyone has had that experience, and that's something that I can help provide for them, as well as education and just, you know, kind of loving them through the experience of having their teeth cleaned, because some people it's been pretty traumatic. So I kind of have a niche for those people it's been a long time since they've been in, or maybe they're fearful, things like that. I really enjoy that, and maybe that just shows through. Maybe that's why I get 4 people in 2 weeks that haven't been in for 10 years. I don't know. Yeah. But I do think those people kind of find us. We don't necessarily find them. So that'd be my best advice, is just to have your budget set, have your niche set, and really just keep your heart open and love what you do, and love your patients. And that'll show through, and people will support you. I've had a lot of love and support through the process, which has been great. So.
Perfect. All right. Thank you, Liz.
Yeah, you think that's enough?